The third pillar of Islam is fasting. In Arabic, this is called Sawm. Muslims are required to fast during the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. It's considered a very holy month, and it is in this month that the revelation of the Holy Quran began. Fasts begin before dawn and end after sunset. During these times, Muslims do not eat or drink anything, not even water. Now, whilst this may sound like a hardship, this period of fasting is in fact eagerly anticipated and enjoyed by Muslims the world over. It heightens spirituality, it focuses the mind and brings Muslims closer to God. It also brings Muslims closer together. Friends and families unite. They gather together at the end of each fast to share the food and to share their prayer. Mosques are often full to capacity for the observance of special additional prayers where the entire Quran can be recited during and throughout that month.
There is nothing new about fasting. Allah says in the Quran, fasting is ordained for you as it was for previous generations. This is because fasting was also of huge significance within both Judaism and Christianity. Evidence of this can be found in both the Old and New Testaments and Jewish sacred texts. It also gives Muslims an appreciation for those less fortunate than themselves. Fasting for 30 days, experiencing hunger and thirst during the daylight hours of each day, fosters an empathy which assists your decision to give to the poor and needy around the world. This brings us to the fourth pillar of Islam, the payment of charity.
The fourth pillar of Islam is the requirement to help those less fortunate than ourselves by giving charity. In Arabic, we call this the payment of zakat. Islam is a religion which promotes fairness and equality. Zakat is a redistribution of wealth, where those who can afford it give to support those who can't. A Muslim is required to pay a minimum of 2.5% of their overall surplus wealth each year to help those less fortunate. They do this at the end of Ramadan. Again, charity is not something restricted just to Islam. It is considered important within Judaism and Christianity to be charitable and is mentioned many times across the Old and New Testament. In Islam, the payment of zakat is an obligation and is the fourth pillar of Islam.
The fifth pillar of Islam is the requirement to perform the holy pilgrimage to Mecca called Hajj. Mecca in Saudi Arabia is Islam's holiest city. Muslims are obliged to perform Hajj at least once in their lifetime if they are well enough and can afford it. Hajj occurs during the 12th month of the Islamic calendar and takes place over a period of 5 days. It is the largest annual gathering of people in the world and a demonstration of the solidarity of the Muslim people and their submission to the will of God. The pilgrimage to Mecca is thought by Muslims to date back thousands of years to the time of Abraham. During the Hajj period, Muslims are required to perform a series of rituals in order for their Hajj to be considered valid and to be accepted.
So, in this section, we have considered the 5 pillars of Islam, which are the declaration of faith, or shahada, the 5 daily prayers, or salat, fasting, or sawm, the payment of welfare due to the needy, or zakat, and the holy pilgrimage to Mecca, known as the Hajj.